How's it going, everybody? BlueSwim here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Guilty Gear Strive Nintendo Switch Edition. So this came out, I think it was on the 23rd of January, and from my understanding, it basically has all three waves of DLC that came out for the PlayStation and Xbox versions, and apparently you're going to get, like, Dizzy as well via DLC. Free DLC, I should say. When she releases, I think it's later this year. Anyways, let's get into it. I have not played this at all. And, oh, how do you like that battery life? 69%. Gotta love it. Okay, so we'll get into it. And, basically, you know, Guilty Gear is a franchise I've played numerous times throughout the years. I'm more attached to the BlazBlue series, to be honest. But you know, I've enjoyed the Guilty Gear games I've played. Attention, hope, and free. Guilty Gear's got a hell of a lot of personality, though. Gotta give credit where it's due.
Guilty Gear Strive.
Guilty Gear Strive. Let's see. Yeah, we know how to use a main menu. Enter a game mode of your choice from the main menu. Would you like to play through the tutorial to learn the basics of the game? Probably not the worst idea. Sol, bad guy, versus Kisuke. I don't even know if I pronounced either of those names correctly.
That they cannot change society. So
this looks really damn good for the Switch.
Heaven or hell.
I mean, you can see a little bit of jagginess to it, but it looks phenomenal, all things considered. It's not dubbed, so it's a little different.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Okay. This plays really good. This is... Yeah, this feels really good. I mean, it's probably 30 frames per second. It's hard to actually count. I think it's going to be 60. But, you know, it's looking really good. I'm just doing a little bit of button mashing with it, to be honest.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like rusty as hell on Guilty Gear. Okay. Yes, Meowcat. Yes, hi. What, you want to go out? Okay. Oh boy, it's tough being a pet parent sometimes. Oh lord. Seems like the cats have been working against me doing anything streaming or capture recording or just you name it. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing so far. This looks very, very good. I mean, obviously the PS4 and 5 versions and the Xbox versions are going to look a little bit better, run at a higher resolution. But, you know, when you think about the Switch and you see these kinds of visuals, I mean, it's very impressive. It's better than I was expecting. You know, the Switch has had some really good ports lately. You know, another one I've played, which is, you know, 30 frames per second, but still very good overall at recreating the PS4 console game experience, is Ace Combat 7. That's been excellent on the Switch. Yeah, it's this feels really good, and basically, you know, I'm playing it using a pass-through from my Elgato. So, I mean, it seems like it is very responsive. Now, that could either be a feather in the cap of the Elgato and the quality of its pass-through latency, but, you know, it feels really good. It feels very good, to be honest. I gotta be honest, the Guilty Gear story is one thing I've never really kept up with. You know, I tried with the I tried with Guilty Gear Xrd. I can't remember what the subtitle on it was, but basically like the first version of Guilty Gear Xrd, and that was, you know, it's like the story mode with that was basically just one long cinematic. And unless you like hardcore know the details of Guilty Gear, or you really want to sit down with like the I'm not sure if they even have it in this mode or not. Yeah, probably GG World. Unless you want to really sit down and learn about this stuff, it's like it is very, very hard to jump into. You know, it seems like one of those franchises that's kind of mistaken convolution for depth. When it comes to story, it's like, you know, there's just... I mean, it's... Okay, so some of this stuff is like... You know, creation of the United Nations. You know, that's probably the only historically accurate thing in here. Then we get into the 2000s. Prototype Gear is born. I mean, you know, I don't want to, you know, discount the effort that they put into this, but, you know, it's very anime-esque, where it goes way too deep into the convoluted elements. You know, it's just, it's hard to keep up with. And if you're not, you know, a hardcore Guilty Gear fan, then, you know, playing some of this stuff, you know, for the story, playing for the story, it's a bit tricky. It's like, you know, let's see. Enjoy the theatrical story mode of Guilty Gear Strive, made with highly polished visuals. So, I mean, that to me, if it's like the other ones, this is probably just going to be a cinematic.
Play story.
And requires no control. I mean, yeah, it's just a movie. You know, and yeah, we're just going to disable auto sleep. I mean, I'm not gonna stick with this. I want to play the game more. But okay, yeah, good. I'm just gonna go straight back to the main menu. But I don't know, dude. Let's see. Not gonna do anything network. Dojo, edit, avatar. Let's see.
Fishing.
We'll do the fishing minigame. Play a fighting game, go for the fishing. Okay. Fish for digital figure related items. Let's see. 10 fish at a time. Reel it in.
Cool.
Let's see. And apparently my headphones came unplugged. Let's see. Okay. Chaos, Zato by Ken. Anji, Jacko. I wonder if it's the signature Jacko pose that drove the internet nuts. Gold Lewis, Key, Anji again. Okay, so we'll stop fishing and take a look at the digital figures I got.
Digital figure.
Cannot access museum in my theater due to a lack of network connection. Okay. Create new work. White House Oval Office. That's neat. You know, one thing about digital figures is that I don't think anything has ever topped the custom Robo game for the DS. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I think custom Robo Arena or something like that. I don't have it exactly close by, but basically you could, you know, move the arms and move the legs and knee joints and wrists and stuff like that, and just completely pose these figures like they're actual figures. And the diorama mode with that was actually really cool because of that. That's one thing that, you know, I mean, the game itself was okay, you know, not exactly one of my favorite DS games or whatever. But that diorama mode, that stood out to me as like a, you know, an excellent example of how to do that mode. Okay. So, let's see. We want to put a figure somewhere. Can we have it sit in the chair? Okay, character. Key, May. So I guess they have, like, what, one basic pose each or something? Okay, you can move them up and down. Okay. Yes, place that figure. Is that Bill Clinton back there? Run, May! Run! Run before the Oval Office becomes the Oral Office. Oh, shit. You know, it's amazing how many, you know, how many years in the future it is, and the Oval Office still pretty much looks like the Oval Office. But okay, we'll save that for shits and giggles. And And we'll kind of go over to the back to the main menu and maybe do a versus match or two.
Versus. Who dares to enter the mayhem?
CPU level normal. Okay. That one's fine. Let's see. Does it have heavy heavy day on it? Is that unlockable? Maybe that's unlockable. I love that sound. That one sound. It's just so good. Okay. Okay, we'll go with that. I like that. Okay, excellent low. Testament. Johnny. Let's see, who's locked? Can't quite tell, man. Almost looks like Dizzy, but I can't quite tell. But, anywho. Ramlethal Valentine. And
No.
let me tell you, back on the original Xbox, Guilty Gear 2 Sharp Reload, X2 Sharp Reload. There we go. Oh, Eno drove me fucking insane.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Okay, a
So
little bit of
instead
pop in there with
reflecting
some
on
of the
themselves,
textures.
They blame the beasts. Heaven or hell.
So my understanding is, if you like really dig Eno, she's apparently based on a J-pop singer named Sheena Ringo.
Ramlethal versus
And
Eno.
it surprised me because I actually stumbled across an album of hers in a music store once, like in the super cheap bin. I picked it up because I always go for J-pop whenever I see it. And then I learned that after the fact, I was like, oh wow, that's cool. And of course I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So is Ramlethal kind of like new from Blaze Blue? It kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, apparently like body style for Eno, even the mole on her face. I think the guitar, like the older guitar she used to use or something like that. It's like all of it was like inspired by Sheena Ringo. What the hell did that thing just hawk up?
Ramlethal wins.
You know, if you look carefully, you might see like a little slight flicker here and there. But this looks just way better than it has any business looking. You know, it's like the overall spirit and look of the game is like, I mean, it looks phenomenal. It's like the art style, it's a real testament, no pun intended, to the art style of it. I mean, it's like they created a look that even in a lower resolution, lower polygon, you know, console like the Switch, it still looks very, very good. It's very impressive.
Ramlethal wins.
She got a puppy. Go to character select, switch things up a bit.
Who dares to enter the mayhem?
Let's see.
May.
We'll do May.
May.
Let's see what kind of color options. That's neat. I will go with that. And
Soul that guy.
Or Soul, whatever. Yeah, that background video looks a little pixelated. Yeah, I think it was pre-rendered. But, I mean, for the most part, it looks really, really good.
Change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame the beasts, heaven or hell.
どうなっても知らんぞ。
泣いても知らないよ。
You better not cry!
Versus Soul. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I'm gonna fuck your shit up with a dolphin. Or is it a walrus? Whatever. There we go. Now I'm fucking your shit up with a dolphin. Whoa! Stage transitions. I forgot about that. I played a little bit of it on Game Pass. But, I really don't remember much about it. Now, does Daisuke Ishiwatari still voice Saul? Or is that like a bonus unlockable or something?
Let's rock.
Soundtrack's rocking too. I like it. Ooh. There we go.
Slash.
Slash. Winner.
May wins.
May wins.
Duel 3.
It's always so much fun to say these various win quotes. I haven't tried this out in portable mode. I think I said at the beginning I hadn't tried it out yet, and I really haven't. This is the first time I've done anything with it. But I'm very curious to see how the look translates into oh, and there I go, not knowing what the hell I'm doing. But I'm very curious to see how it holds up in portable on the Switch, because this is really good. This is like actively good. It's not just like, oh, good for Switch. It's like totally playable. Oh crap. A simple jab knocks him out.
せーの。バイタウィンドウ。
May wins.
Now, you look closely at like the characters in the background, you can tell they're lower resolution, like renders, because you look closely at the face and the hair for some of the characters, and it looks pixelated and kind of grainy. But I mean, overall, I mean, it's hard to complain. I mean, it seems like they did a very good job with it. Let's see.
Survival.
We'll do a little bit of survival mode. How about
Who
that?
dares to enter the mayhem?
Ease of use. One ease of use. Okay, maybe I should kind of get a little more experience. We'll do Baiken. We'll just do the generic color. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell that transition over to the versus screen is pre-rendered and not at a very high resolution. I did have to download an update. I'm not sure how big the update was, but it took maybe about 10 minutes or so. It seems like Switch download speeds always take forever. We have to download an update. I like the classic black and white samurai movie intro for Baiken. She sounds a lot like Christy from Dead or Alive.
Let's rock.
And I haven't checked the voice cast on it. I'm not sure if I'd recognize her voice actress if I saw the name. But one thing I learned about just completely by chance is that Christy's voice actress from Dead or Alive was actually the original voice of Sailor Moon, which is completely wild. Because it's like when you hear Usagi, it's like, you know, it's a very high-pitched voice, a lot of energy, stuff like that. And then you hear Christy, and it's so deep and so mellow. It's like it just doesn't sound anything alike. It's like the intonation or the inflection or whatever of each of the words that she speaks is just so completely different from Usagi.
Baiken wins.
Axel Lowe. I've got voices.
諸行に拉致なき沙汰あれば魔導の始末を請負いいたす己は微老の三品山死道死に花無用の所存
主役は俺様オッケーはったりくらいちゃんといいな
Baiken versus Axel. Duel 1.
I wasn't able to pull that up before the fight started, but apparently there might be a dub in here. Might need to check that out in the settings. It's kind of surprising that they default to the Japanese voices if that was the case, because usually that's the first thing that you want to do with your game to kind of make it approachable for some people. Because I mean, not to start a dub versus sub argument, but you know, when you're playing a game, sometimes you don't want to have to take the time to read subtitles. And of course, there aren't even any subtitles on the announcer voice for these intro and outro sequences. There's no subtitles on it. I don't know what the hell they're saying. So apparently it isn't who I was thinking of, but man, she sounds so much like Christy from Dead or Alive. It's just... Oh, jeez. I probably should have just gone to mission mode. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go. Send him flying.
Baiken
Yeah, I just have no idea what the announcer's saying. Once I get a game over, I'm going to drop by the settings and see if it has anything about dubbing. It should, hopefully. Okay, yeah, we've seen that a million times.
Let's rock.
I think this is probably going to be... Ah, that'll do it. Well, considering I'm mostly button mashing and figuring out moves spontaneously on my own, I don't think that ended up being too bad. Okay.
Game over.
Okay, let's see. Okay,
Config.
settings? Sound settings. Okay, voice language, Japanese, English, and Korean. Oh, interesting. Okay. Now, let's,
Arcade.
I wasn't intending an arcade run.
Dares to enter the mayhem.
I got dinner on the stove, so I don't have
Worse.
much more time to mess around with it, but we'll see if
Who dares
By
to enter
Ken's
the mayhem?
intro is truly dubbed this time around. Okay,
By Ken.
and let's do
Zato
Zato.
1.
Honestly, I'm really impressed with what I've seen from it. This looks really, really good. And it's still Japanese voice, Japanese language voice. And I think it did save my choice.
I'll show you a darkness deeper than death.
At least try to buy your own bluff.
By Ken. Versus Zato. Duel
This
1.
is really impressive.
Let's rock.
Watch closely. Now invite. Recompose.
Man, Backen's a lot of fun to play as. Oh, gotta get it. Oh, shit. Oh.
Choice.
Oh.
Look upon your enemy.
Oh, no, that's a
It's too early to give up.
Zato wins.
That's a JoJo pose if I ever saw it.
Let's rock. Counter.
Losing your nerve.
Take a trip down the
I don't
stairs.
think. Oh!
No manners.
You reap what you sow.
Slap.
Feel the force.
Interesting. So she ties
By Ken.
belt
Wins.
to him? Is that to keep him from going anywhere or drag him closer?
Let's rock.
No man.
You can run, but you can't hide? Oh, I guess, and then if he lands an attack, it breaks it? Okay, this could work, this could work. There we go, come on. Oh no! Oh, that was close.
仇討ち是非なし阿炎に天のホース千里成敗お上の松何とぞよしなに閻魔何とぞよしなに閻魔
I mean, if you look carefully on the character models, you can see like a little bit of flicker. A little bit of pixel flickering, like on the tatters of her sleeves and whatnot, and her hair. But I mean, honestly, they got Guilty Gear Strive working on the Switch, and it runs really, really well. I don't think there's a lot of room to complain, to be honest.